Welcome back, the National Speakers Association. We are behind the stage again. And again, welcome, 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 as we are streaming on multiple platforms live across the country. And if you're in one of our Facebook groups, thank you for joining us. If you're on the national website page, thank you for joining us. Or you might be someplace else. We don't know where we're totally streaming anymore as we keep expanding the reach of Behind the Stage. You're in for a great half hour here today. We have a lot of things to share with you to get you caught up. And of course, we're celebrating 50 years of the National Speakers Association. We are getting ready for the big one, the Influence, this summer in July in Orlando. But more on that in just a little bit. As we get going here today, let me give you a brief introduction of our amazing guest coming up here. Theresa Rose, CSP, Chief Crystallizing Officer. She's crystallizing your brilliance, and she does it with clarity on a cocktail napkin. We're going to get into that in just a little bit. Theresa is a brand and business crystallizer, strategic co-creator, certified speaking professional who works with experts and their businesses to create one-of-a-kind visual brands so that they can draw on a cocktail napkin and explain it to anybody. Using her crystallized process, Theresa helps thought leaders clarify, amplify, monetize their brilliance, and they will grow, be more lucrative, and much more. Theresa Rose, welcome to Behind the Stage today.
Thank you so much, Rich. It's good to be here.
Great to see you back again. We always bump into each other in different locations, but you are active, doing great things. And first of all, that napkin thing is always so interesting to talk about, but we're going to talk about how you are bringing your napkin and helping the NSA crystallize, right?
Yeah. I had the most fortunate honor of crystallizing the brilliance of the National Speakers Association. And I would love to share a little bit about what that journey was like. I've been in the National Speakers Association since 2010. I was a past president of the Minnesota chapter. I served in lots of roles at the local level. I have many, many dear friends and colleagues that are in the association. And what I kept noticing over and over again is that the primary ways in which people would get connected to the National Speakers Association and then become members is someone else saying, you just gotta go. You just gotta go. They're that amazing. Once you get there, you'll understand. And so I always was aware of that as the primary tool that was used to market. And I'm a strategic marketer. I'm a brand and business crystallizer. And so the last Influence, which was in, where was it? In Nashville. It was in Nashville. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's so much fun, right? Like I was in San Antonio and now I'm getting excited about Orlando. So there I was in Nashville, and my whole jam is about less words, more impact, right? So how can you crystallize someone's brilliance down to literally on a cocktail napkin? And as I walked into the conference, I just noticed, of course, all of my friends and colleagues and rock stars that I admire, and I saw a lot of words. I saw a lot of words on what NSA was. And I was really curious about how I could potentially help crystallize the brilliance of NSA on a cocktail napkin. And so I started speaking with Jamie, the CEO, and started having conversations about what I do and how I could potentially serve the organization in this way.
So for all of our speakers, leader influencers tuning in and listening, is that one of the common mistakes of people trying to get their brand out? Too many words?
100%. They drown in what I call word salad, thought spaghetti, and half-baked ideas. It's so heavy. The words are so heavy on them. And they think because they're not getting traction, they're not monetizing off of their brilliance the way they want to, that they need to throw more words. And actually, if the reverse is true, they need less words and more insight, more understanding of what you really do. And there's really no other way to add layers and layers of information onto someone's brand than using a picture, a construct.
Keep it simple, because pictures say 1,000 words.
Exactly.
And we've all seen the PowerPoints and the material that the words are everywhere and the picture is so brilliant, but they cover it up, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do. They lose sight of the core of who they are and the essence of their brilliance. And so when you get clarity on a cocktail napkin, when you can draw your brilliance in such a way that is unique to you or to an organization like NSA, then everything else that you do is different. My whole framework of how we succeed in a distracted, chaotic marketplace is clarify, amplify, monetize. One must be crystal clear about who they are, what they do, how they serve. That's different than everybody else that they can
Yes.
draw on a cocktail napkin, not just talk, but draw. Because I will talk to people and they'll say, "What do you do?" And they'll say, "I change lives." It's like, really? Oh, that's unique. So do we all. So the clarification is about truly, legitimately showing your differentiating factor. Then you amplify that strategically, consistently across all the channels that people take you in. Then you automatically will monetize off of that because there will be an attraction, there will be a magnetism to what you do and how you serve because people will understand it at a core. They won't just understand it, they will feel what you're doing.
Well, and this is a great point you're bringing up because there's a big shift in the speaking world. As we know, you're not just a keynote speaker, an inspirational speaker, or whatever. You are a speaker, but you're an expert that speaks.
Exactly,
And you
and
have
should
to
be
clarify that
multiple.
now.
Exactly, you should have multiple channels of expression of your brilliance. So, when you can start at clarify, then you say, "This is what I'm brilliant at. This is what I do." And it's all a matter of getting it down to its absolute essence by a number of words, a single 5 words, 10 words max, right? Then you take that and then you're amplifying that across, then you're sharing it on the stages, on the pages, and on the screens of your customers, right? So there's lots of ways that we share our gifts and talents. We shouldn't just be limited to the stage.
So I've seen you with a napkin. I've seen you
Mhm.
talking to people with a napkin. Talk us through what you really do with this napkin because this napkin can be powerful.
Oh, it's amazing. This is the most powerful business development tool that I have ever used. And I have drawn my brilliance on a cocktail napkin more than once and shown this is what I do. And I'll just doodle it out and say, here, here, here. So the brilliance of a cocktail napkin is, first of all, it's crinkleable. You can put it in a purse, you can put it in a back pocket. There's always one around. There's always one
Yes.
around. Okay. That's one of the key focus items about this is we want to be able to have an opportunity to seize on a sales conversation because at the end of the day, Rich, what I deliver is how can you get to the do re mi? How do you get to the money? How do you convert? Okay. It's not just happy talk and are we making the world a better place? It's truly about how can you market yourself in a strategic and consistent way that everyone is getting the same information about what you do and how you serve. And how can you have sales conversations that are effective, that convert, that you are able to actually get the money, right?
So I want to clarify that you can sell from a napkin.
Oh my gosh, in fact, it's more powerful to sell from a napkin. Because let's just talk about speakers. And one of the reasons why I know this stuff so well is because I've had enough face plants by making the wrong choices over my 12 years in being this business that I have the battle scars to show why certain things don't work. And here's what I noticed, not only in myself, but across the board in this industry, is that we can be wildly talented and hugely confident about our abilities on the stage, right? And you could just be magnificent on the stage, and then you put that same person into a sales conversation, and they turn into somebody totally different because they get very even if they don't think they're presenting in an underconfident way, you can feel that they're kind of like, ooh, I don't really know how to have this sales discussion and I have to sell myself, right? So they
Which,
try to sell themselves, okay? They
yes.
try to sell themselves, and here's what goes wrong is that you don't know where exactly how much confidence you should bring without being arrogant or showy, but you also wanna own your power. So here's the power of creating a crystallized, model of your brilliance on a cocktail napkin, is we triangulate the sales conversation. So no longer am I selling you Theresa Rose. What I'm showing you is my amazing crystallized marketing and sales model: clarify, amplify, monetize, and how it works. I can get incredibly passionate about that. And then what you're doing is you're evaluating my model. You're not evaluating me. And so I can step fully into my power because it's not a personal thing.
So
Right.
let's jump into that. You've been working with Jamie and the team.
Yeah.
Give us some information behind the scenes. That's what the show is all about. Growing backstage. What
Yeah.
have you been seeing, hearing as you help crystallize what the NSA really is?
Well, I would say that the very first thing, just to describe briefly what the process is, as the strategic consultant to the board, what I was afforded the opportunity to do is to look into the box of brilliance of what NSA is. And part of what I did was just look at all of everything on the website, right? And not only the knowledge that I have just being a member of it, but having seeing meetings and understanding how kind of the inner workings, the back of this back house runs
Yeah.
in the association. I got a chance to really get a bird's eye view, because that's part of the crystallization process, is to look at everything. And here's what I noticed: is there's a tremendous amount of heart in the NSA member experience. And there's so many people that have contributed their brilliance to this 50 years. There are so many wonderful ideas and incredible tools and incredible opportunities for deep connection. And so all these things, to be able to draw it down to a cocktail napkin was frankly the most complicated thing I've ever done, because it had so many voices and it had so many perspectives. The most brilliant organizations and the most brilliant people are the ones that do so much that bringing it down to its essence can be a real challenge.
So as you're boiling this down, again, we don't want to totally reveal everything because the 50-year anniversary is coming, but you are really distilling 50 years down to
Yeah.
the year
A picture.
2023. Yeah,
Yeah.
to a
And
picture of
beyond.
2023. Yeah.
And beyond. And the why it's so imperative to have the member journey clearly defined and illustrated is the fact now that we are now in a position organizationally to no longer rely on, you just got to be there. You
Right.
just got to go to the room, because when you have a consistent visual brand of somebody's brilliance or their value proposition, all right, when you have a visual brand of someone's value proposition with the same consistent words, then what you can do is you can now start to market one to many in a really powerful way, right? We can market on the national stage. We can market digitally. We can market at the local level. We can market when we're having cocktails and I want to show you what NSA is all about. And I don't even need the napkin. What I really did is create a model that you can actually use in your body, right? You can actually draw it with your own. You've seen me, Rich, do other business development in a way that can talk about things very complex with just my hands, right? And when we can bring it down to its essence, where it's so crystal clear that a child could understand it, then you have a really potent marketing tool to be able to convert.
So I'll make sure you had a slide. You wanted us to share this.
Yeah.
Walk us through this, please, a little bit here.
So this is the NSA member journey. And the NSA member journey really has two fundamental aspects. We all get together, regardless of our background. We all want two things. We want to be a better speaker and we want to build a better business. And those are journeys that are not straight lines. They twist and turn and they intersect and they go back into other directions too. We move forward, we learn other lessons, and we are constantly in flow in these two ultimate objectives of being a better speaker and building a better business. The NSA member journey is really about taking advantage of all the things that NSA provides in order for you to do that. So first, you have community, whether it's the national communities that we create at Influence and Thrive, or the digital communities that we have on social, or the local communities that we have in the chapter, or the special communities like Rainbow or Black NSA. There's a place for everyone. And this is the lifeblood of the journey that you take when you're a member of NSA. It is fundamentally about the quality and the caliber of the people in the room or in the Zoom room, right? Then we have the content. We curate the best possible content from these Hall of Fame speakers and these cutting edge thought leaders and these sales masters and everywhere in between, so you can actually get the information you need to be able to be a better speaker and build a better business. Then you can take even more of a journey with connections, those strategic partnerships that the NSA has provided as a premiered trade association. We are able to leverage all of those connections to get discounts, to get insights on the vendors that we could use for, like, CRM or PR or crystallization, right? All of those connections that we make to really drive our businesses and our platform skills. And then finally, there's the credentials that say that you are the best of the best in this industry, meaning you are a member in good standing at the local chapter. You are a certified speaking professional, which I am in the graduating class this year of. So every single person who's a member of NSA, please, if you are not a CSP, start that spreadsheet today, because it's really, really important. And then we, of course, have credentials of being in the CPAE and, of course, the Cabot Award winners. So those areas, those pillars of power that NSA provides on the member journey of connections, or of community and content and connections and credentials, that's how we can be a better speaker and build a better business.
So I'm pretty sure you're going to be at Influence July 15th to the 17th. Is this all going to be displayed? Or are we going to be kind of gobbling some of this
it's going to be around. So I'm going to do a couple of things. First of all, I get a chance to be at the chapter leadership meeting on Friday to provide a little strategic support, some table talks with all the chapter leaders and how they can use the member journey to help their organizations. Then I'm going to hoof it down and get on the stage for the stand-up comedy, because I'm going to be doing 7 minutes of stand-up comedy. And then the next day is the CSP ceremony, which I'll be happy to trot out my new medal. And then, of course, I'll be at a booth as an event partner if anybody else is interested in crystallizing their brilliance and getting their clarity on a cocktail napkin.
Look at that. She landed the plane perfectly, everybody. Did you hear how she just wrapped that up? Again, the clarity on a cocktail napkin. Theresa Rose, CSP. Thanks for taking the time for being with us. And again, thanks for everything you're doing behind the scenes with the team to help the NSA at all. Everyone get more crystallized and sharper together.
It's my pleasure. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.
Theresa Rose, a fellow Minnesota. We both were in Minnesota together. Danger, everybody. Danger. We're going to move on with our show here today, and we're going to keep things going. We're going to have a returning guest. Jim Pansero is going to be joining us once again, the chair of the board of trustees of the NSA Foundation. And he's always got something good going on, because the foundation's always got something going on. Right, Jim?
Oh, we're very excited. There's about 50 of our fellow members or volunteers in some aspect of the foundation, supporting and helping our members in our community. We just closed the scholarship applications for the year, as well as the Art Berg Fund, and we'll be announcing those at the convention. Our Saturday morning program that is being sponsored by High Point University and Dr. Cobain, we apologize, is full. We are limited on space, and the space is sold out. We have a waiting list of about 30 some people in case somebody doesn't show up. But we apologize, that one is closed. But Sunday night, we're having a foundation's celebration of the 50th anniversary of NSA. It's going to be Sunday, July 16th, and it's for $150 per person. You are donating and funding the evening of celebration. We have such an exciting program. We have Don Hudson that's going to open it up, and he is one of the original NSA founding board members. And that is still with us, and still speaking and full-time in the business. We have Steve Spangler that's going to be sharing some fun stuff. We have Tara Brown, a comedian, that's going to be joining us. We have Pat Dwyer, who's an improv comedian. He's going to spend some time with us. And we have the Passing Zone, John Wee and Owen Morse. If you've met them, just spectacular entertainment. They've been on America's Got Talent a couple different times. And then Mark Scherenbrock is going to be doing some stuff for us. And we're we're closing it out with Naomi Rhodey, talking about the values and the emotions of what NSA means to all of us. We are so excited. This is one of the strongest programs we've been able to assemble for the benefit of our members. It is Sunday, July 16th, $150 a person. You could sign up through NSA. The money goes to a good cause of helping our members support those that are the biggest crises that we can support. By the way, if you know anybody, any of our members that are experiencing personal challenges outside their control, please let us know. The foundation is there to support them and to help them through the crisis.
And if you want to learn more about the foundation, hit that QR code right there, learn more about it, become an active donor, supporter of it. I mean, this is going around year round with this. And Jim, I know you're going to be heading out as the chairman, right? This is your moving out year, right?
Yes, my term ends December 31st, and we're very excited because I will be followed as chair with Patrick Henry, CSP Patrick Henry. And what's so exciting is his dad, Robert Henry, who was also one of our members, was really one of the founders and shaped the foundation. So it's second generation of him on his own expertise, as well as the legacy of his family of supporting and helping our members. We're very excited that it's going to be under his leadership then for the next 4 years.
Well, Jim, we look forward to seeing you at Influence, the 50-year anniversary. Thanks for your leadership. Again, Jim Pansero, chair of the board of trustees of the NSA Foundation. Good to have you back once again. I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
Rich, thanks for the opportunity.
Now we get to move on to one of our, it's become a fan favorite time here, I think, on the show, that every month we love to have someone to come on in, share a little insights. And did you know? Here's Maureen Mahoney.
Hey, Rich, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing sitting backstage listening to all this?
Oh my gosh. I just heard that lineup for the foundation event and that sounds awesome. And just that lineup that sounds like a great event. So too bad that it's sold out.
What do you think of the conversation with Theresa? Because you're in but you guys are all running around. Do you know everything that she's telling us?
You know what? Theresa has been so great. And I'm so glad that she said, congratulations on that awesome CSP. I'm so excited to watch her walk down that stage. Man, she's really put together such a really great kind of taking all the things that staff has been doing and, putting it together in one beautiful, as you said, that she can package it up so nicely. And it makes sense. And I'm really excited with what we've been talking about in the kind of in our DNA.
Well, I'm ready to hear another. Did you know? These have been fascinating, fun. You're digging through the archives for the 50-year anniversary. What do you got this time?
So today I have some trivia. So I thought I'd write out some trivia. We have a little multiple choice for you. And I think we talked about this maybe in a couple of episodes ago, but I think we'll do it again. So if you're watching, if you're on social media, or feel welcome to put in your answers.
Drop it in the chat.
Yep. Drop it in the chat. So here's some. Did you know, or you're gonna know? So what year was the inaugural Phoenix Summer Sales Seminar? So what year? And we have if I can share my screen.
Yes, you can. In fact, I'm going to bring that up right now. I'm going to bring it right in.
Go ahead and bring that up. So if we have some OGs in the audience, what year was the inaugural Phoenix Sales Seminar? Rich,
73, 79, 69, or 83. If you're distracted and play along with us here today,
but listening.
Again, 1973, 1979, 1969, 1983. I'm going to say 69.
Yeah.
That's my vote.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what, Rich? Let's see. I'm trying to make it work. You're correct.
Whoa.
It's 1969 was the inaugural Phoenix Summer Sales Seminar. So if you remember, NSA was incorporated in 1973. So that's why we're obviously 50-year anniversary. So the Phoenix Sales Summer Seminar was actually an event that was held by Cavett Robert and Merlin Cundiff, who were kind of they were testing the waters to see if there was a need for an association for professional speakers. So they had the inaugural Phoenix Summer Sales Seminar, obviously in Phoenix at the Camelback Inn, and 35 members showed up, or I should say, they weren't even members at the time, but 35 people showed up, and they had it like for 3 years. And by the year 3, there were about 100 people, and Cavett and Merlin were like, I think we got something here. So that's really how NSA started, was with this seminar.
1969. And look where we're at now, celebrating 50 years. And again, it sounds like they're going to just keep adding things in. I mean, they've added more panels, they've added more of this, right? You guys are squeezing every time slot you can out of this thing, I think.
We're doing, man. And one of the great things about influence is that we're constantly aware of even what's going on in, like for key issues. And so we're constantly modifying, we're making sure that you're getting the most relevant information as a professional speaker to help you build a better business and become a better speaker. So, man, we just keep dropping things. There's going to be some awesome surprises that even we're not even allowed to know about. So, but I'm excited. I mean, every influence, I just leave influence and I'm just like flying high, because it's just such a great time for everybody to come together and share and just be together.
Well, we're going to talk more about that in a second. But before we wind down here today, we do want to remind you, open mic is just around the corner, June 13th. You don't want to miss that. In fact, I think Maureen sat in recently and hosted it, didn't you?
Well, so we had Mic Swap.
Yeah.
You're talking about Mic Swap.
Mic Swap
is on the 13th.
Yes.
We did have a virtual open mic, and we'll probably do more of those. I've been working like crazy because we're going, the digital vault is going to get a new look, and I'm going out, I'm cleaning it out, and it's kind of like our virtual learning library, but I'm making sure that you all have the best content. We're going to have everything with closed captions, interactive transcripts, and we're just really trying to level up all the content that we're bringing all of our members. So it's an exciting time. Yeah, we've got a lot going on.
Now, speaking about going on the 50-year anniversary, I'm really pumped for this. You got to send your photo memories in. How many influences have you gone to? How many winter events have you gone to? How many local, regional? So hit the QR code, and that will take you to a landing page, and they get to upload their photos, right?
Yes. We're going to have, and if you've been paying attention to any of our social media, we've been doing Flashback Fridays of past influences and sharing a lot of these memories. And it's been really fun to see. I love the picture of you and one of my favorites, Crystal Washington. I love seeing all the pictures, and we'll put that all into an album. I think we'll probably do something fun, but for our 40th anniversary, we have this amazing book for the 40th. We're going to do something similar for the 50th, but we're going to wait until after influence, because we want to make sure we capture all of the celebration in our 50th anniversary book.
Well, and the deadline is Friday, June 16th. You can send up to 10 photos, or you can send a 60-second video. So video counts, 60 seconds or less, a maximum of 10 photos. Crystal and I are both in DC, but we had to go in San Antonio to get that picture done.
Of course, that's how it works.
And here, by the way, if you have not scanned it yet, scan this, register for influence. You do want to be there. And again, there are some deadlines coming up again on that for get your tickets, get your rooms booked by June 12th.
Well, I'll tell you. Well, this is kind of breaking news right now, is we have sold out for hotels. So the team is working right now to figure out kind of the alternative place if you haven't booked those already. So we're working furiously to make sure that you have a room if you haven't already reserved your room. But get your, I mean, it hot off the presses. This is great. I mean, we want to celebrate with all of you.
This is why we love to do this show. That's why we want you to come back every month, because things are happening. They're changing. The NSA is alive, and you do your run a show and you have to throw it out because there's breaking news right here live, everybody.
Breaking news. Yes. And I know Jamie had posted about it on the Facebook page. So, but yeah, it's an exciting time at NSA. There's just a lot of really amazing things happening. And, we've come so far from the last 50 years.
That's Maureen. You will see her at Influence, and we'll also see her back in the month of June for our next show as well. Maureen, thanks for being with us again today. Hey, that's going to wind down our 30 minutes of Behind the Stage with the National Speakers Association. Again, thank you for being a part of the community with us virtually, in person. There's so much going on, as Maureen was just saying. Stay connected. And again, we're going to be back next month for another 30 minutes with another amazing guest. And I'm sure we'll get more surprises and insights on what's going on with the 50-year anniversary Influence 2023. Stay safe, have fun, keep rocking your stage, and we'll see you next month for the NSA Behind the Stage.